thank you for taking the time just to sit down and visit with us today. And just wanted to hear a little bit about you and maybe your life story. So I'm Brian from the home office, Jackie. And why don't you start out by just telling me a little bit about yourself?
I'm a retired teacher.
Okay.
And I'm fortunate to have all four of my children live right here in Grand Island.
Excellent.
And I lost my husband 2 years ago.
Okay.
And we were planning on moving in here in the fall. And he passed away in May. So I just came on ahead and moved in that fall.
Okay. And growing up, did you live in the town or did you grow up on a farm?
I grew up on the farm.
And did mom and dad put you to work on the farm?
Oh, yes.
So how did you meet your husband?
We went to grade school together.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. And then we were in high school together.
So you and your husband...
Graduated 2 years before I did.
Okay. So you and your husband, besides your married life, knew each other for a long time.
Long time.
Oh, that's really neat.
And we were married for 67 years.
Wow. That is a neat story. So your children, you said you had 3 daughters, and all 3 of your daughters taught?
I have 3 daughters and 1 son.
And 1 son. And your 3 daughters are all teachers as well, or were?
Yes. My husband was a postmaster, and my son worked at the post office also.
Okay. So daughters and son followed in mom and dad's footsteps.
Yes, they did.
Okay. And did you say, Jackie, that all 4 of your children still live around the area?
Yep, they all live right here in Grand Island.
Okay. Have you been able to...
I have several grandchildren and great-grandchildren here also, so I'm blessed.
Yes, absolutely. How many years did you teach?
34.
34 years. And
all in the same room.
All in the same room.
Right. Kindergarten.
Kindergarten. Comparing teaching when you did it to today, how is it different?
When I started teaching, we were not allowed to have any kind of a worksheet or anything in kindergarten. And now they read pretty proficiently by the time they get out of kindergarten. That's one of the biggest changes.
So it's accelerated much faster as to what they're doing today versus what they were doing when they finished kindergarten when you were teaching.
Right.
Okay.
There's not a lot of free play time, and it's pretty regimented right now.
Okay. How about your favorite memory from teaching? Do you have something that you can remember or a favorite memory or something that really sticks with you?
I enjoyed the field trips that we had because it was like when you went to the farm, some of the children had never been there.
Right.
And now they don't have the opportunities for that. Their day is regimented to the place where there's not a lot of free time to do things like that.
Okay. How about, Jackie, how about advice? If you were to give advice to a teacher today, what advice would you give to them?
If you were going to teach in Grand Island or in this area, I would certainly say to take Spanish. I wish I knew how to speak Spanish.
Okay. If you could have done any other job or had a different career other than teaching, what would have it been?
From the time I was a little girl, I wanted to be a teacher. And if I hadn't taught kindergarten, I would like to have taught high school English.
Okay. High school?
I can't think of any other thing I'd have wanted to do. other than be a farm wife.
Right. Well, it sounds like you are and were a teacher at heart. You love to teach.
I did.
Yeah, and you know, teachers are so important in developing all of us from young children on. You know, developing us into good citizens and helping us with our careers later in life. So that is quite a calling and quite a dedication, Jackie, that you have for 34 years in teaching, you know, the youngest of our young as they start out in school. So I commend you for that, and you have a great story.
Thank you.
All right.